Wrestling hot takes. First one, Brock Lesnar is overrated as a wrestler. I do agree. Because, yes, Brock Lesnar has a great peak from 02 to 04. But in 2012 to 2023, Brock Lesnar has been very inconsistent, very hit or miss for a lot of people, me included. And since he's returned, since SummerSlam of 2025, he's really gave us nothing good, in my opinion. But, Brock Lesnar has such a big fan base. He will always get support, and people will always go, oh, Brock Lesnar's the GOAT. Brock Lesnar's so good. But he has really nothing good in his career. It's really inconsistent, a lot of bad title reigns. It's crazy, but it's the truth. But, anywho, next hot take. Seth Rollins is becoming painfully overrated. Now, I do agree to some extent, because if you go on TikTok and you go on like Twitter and stuff like that, a lot of people put Seth Rollins over like Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and people try to put him in conversations above these guys where he's not. And some people like to say, oh, well, he's better than Kenny Omega. He's not. Like, yeah, Seth is really good. A great wrestler. He can go at it with the best. He can make anyone look like a great wrestler. He's getting Jey Uso 2 of his best matches easily. But let's not sit here and act like Seth is top 10 all time WWE, because he's not. Let's not act like Seth is top 10 wrestler all time in general, because he's not. So, yeah, I do understand what you're saying, but I don't think he's painfully overrated. But I do think people put him in conversations where he doesn't belong, which could still be the same thing, but I don't know. But anywho, next hot take. Alright, Undertaker has more bad years than good years and is really overrated. I think Undertaker's overrated. He wasn't consistently good to great in rings like 15 years into his WWE run. No, I think from 97 till 2013, Taker had a lot of great matches and great moments. But from 1990 to 1997, Taker was mainly just a character. Like, no iconic promos, no really iconic great matches, which you fully can't blame on him, but also you kind of can, because it's like, I know he was giving a lot of duds, but also, any other day, it still happened. He still has 7 years of doing nothing, essentially. So I understand the argument. I mean, Undertaker isn't my GOAT for the WWE. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's my GOAT for the WWE. But, to each his own, I guess you could say. But also, the Taker's character is so iconic alone. Like, it's not really a big deal that he was all character. Because a lot of people remember Undertaker from his character or the streak. And that's about it. Which I'm not saying is a good or bad thing, but it depends on who you are, I guess. But, next hot take. Now, okay, the hot take is the Shield is the best tag team ever. Now, if you mean the faction as a whole, okay, then that's not really a crazy take. But if you're talking about Roman and Seth as a tag team itself, then yeah, that's a little insane, because the Roman Seth tag team is not even a top 10 tag team with WWE. I mean, think about it. You have The Bar, the Usos, the New Day. You have the Dudleys. You have Edge and Christian. You have DX. You have the Hardy Boys. That's 7 right there that clears them, respectfully, in my opinion. So, yeah. But if you mean the faction itself, then that's not a crazy take. The Shield is very impactful. And every member of the Shield has done something truly changing for the industry. Like, look at Jon Moxley in AEW, New Japan. Look at Roman with the Bloodline. Look at Seth now and his in-ring ability. So, that's not too crazy. But the tag team itself and the group, yeah, no. No. But anywho, next hot take. Alright, hot take. Social media kill kayfabe. WWE Unreal ruined the magic of kayfabe. Well, I put these together because kayfabe was killed by social media. I feel like everyone knows that. And like Unreal was kind of like the cherry on top for a lot of people, because a lot of people were like, oh, okay, we understand kayfabe's hard to do now because social media, but let's keep it as try as best as we can. And Unreal came out and it pissed a lot of people off. And unfortunately, I was one of the people. Like, I don't need to know how everything works out. I don't need to know everything behind the scenes. And yes, it's cool to know to a degree, but when you know how everything works, when the casual fans know how everything works, it makes it worse for wrestling as a whole, like the whole business. Because, like, you know, you're sitting here and you're like, oh, you have a room of like 10, 12 guys. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's let Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. Like, that's just going to piss people off, you know? And, like, I do agree that kayfabe is dead, like I said. And, like, kayfabe will never truly be back. And, like, people want, like, to say, oh, this guy's bringing back kayfabe. No, brother, we're never getting kayfabe. No matter how hard a wrestler tries or a company tries, we will never get it back. I mean, The Undertaker, for Christ's sakes, is now going by his full government name and doing podcasts. It's Jehovah, y'all. It's dead as the word dead can be. But thank you guys for your comments. Let's go to our next hot take. Alright. Brock Lesnar win the world champion? No. I don't think Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are two people who don't need another world championship. And no offense, I'm sick of both of them guys. Roman's reign is so painfully overrated. And people like to use the excuse, well, he was battling leukemia. It was hard for him to commit to a full schedule. Then don't be champion. Like, I hate saying that. But if you know you can't fully commit to be a full-time champion, don't have the belt. And then Cody now, who's champion, yeah, he's on every show, but he don't do anything either. So, I mean, yeah, we see our champion every week, but he comes out, cuts the same promo, and goes home. So, yeah, awesome sauce, I guess. But, anywho, next hot take. We're now on TikTok. American Badass was the only good Undertaker gimmick. No, that's just incorrect. I'm sorry, but the Dead Man and the Ministry of Darkness were both so great to me. And, like, yeah, American Badass was cool as hell as well. I will give you that. But Undertaker's best and biggest thing was his character work. Yes, he's had some iconic, legendary matches. Yes, he's had some pretty good promos. But his character work will always be the test of time for him. So saying his only good gimmick was American Badass is actually insane, in my humble opinion. Next hot take. I don't know if this counts, but it's harder to get in the WWE Hall of Fame than... No! What? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. The WWE Hall of Fame is literally easy as hell to get into. Dude, Snoop Dogg is in the Hall of Fame. What has Snoop Dogg done in wrestling? Be so for real. Dude, Kid Rock's in the Hall of Fame. The WWE Hall of Fame is the biggest Nothing Burger Hall of Fame of all their time. You could literally wrestle for the company for like a week, have one good match, and be, oh yeah, you'll be a Hall of Famer in 20 years. What? No, that's not hard at all. I can make WWE Hall of Fame if I try hard enough. That's how easy it is to get into son of a gun. This is an insane take. I'm sorry, y'all. Anywho, next hot take, please. Now, this is basically saying if Triple H ever went in charge, Gunther would become a jobber. No, I don't think Vince would make Gunther a jobber. He just would. I don't think he'd break the IC record, and I don't think he'd be world champion as quick as he became world champion and whatnot. And not gonna lie, if Vince was still in charge, Gunther would probably went to AEW and became Walter again. To be 110% honest with you. But, anywho, next hot take. I do agree with this. 205 Live was amazing, and it's upsetting how we lost it. The Cruiserweight division is one of my favorite divisions, and I wish it was treated better. And I can't lie, it'll never come back, unfortunately, because all the champions we have now, Triple H can't book none of them with her shit. To bring back the Cruiserweight Championship will just make things worse, to be honest. But hey, you know, I do miss 205 Live. Rest in peace, 205 Live. Next hot take. LA Knight isn't getting better or anything. He's just not as good as people think he is. Wow. Now, I mean, I don't want to say I agree. I think LA Knight is very underrated, and LA Knight can be a solid world champion. But also, we have such a stacked division. It's kind of hard to make everyone world champion now. But we're in an era when no one can have a short reign. I mean, if you're champion, you're at least at minimum getting 6 months with the belt. I mean, I think Jey Uso was the only exception because he was champion for like 51 days. And Gunther's reign was only short because he dropped with the Punk. And Seth's reign was only short because he was injured. I mean, come on now. Let's be realistic here. So, yeah. But LA Knight is actually pretty good. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I guess what you're saying is LA Knight is not up to code with the rest of like the main event scene, but I think LA Knight should be up there in my opinion. But who knows? Next hot take. WWE fumbled a lot of people. Leo Rush was cool. WWE, if you had $1 every time WWE fumbled somebody, you could probably buy yourself a PlayStation 5 because they fumbled so many people. When I think of fumbles, I think of like Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Andrade. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But let's go to our last hot take of the video, shall we? AJ Styles is the most talented wrestler of all time. I mean, that's not too ridiculous to say that, but like the amount of names that you could argue for that is insane. Like Bryan Danielson, you got Kenny Omega, you got Kurt, you got Shawn. I mean, the names go on and on and on. But AJ Styles, that's not too ridiculous to say that. AJ Styles is personally one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, in my opinion. So this is not crazy to say at all. But if you disagree, that's also not crazy. Because like I said, there's a lot of names you can argue who deserve that spot. So, but like always, thanks for watching. If you're new around here, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like the wrestling hot take videos, give me more wrestling hot takes, and I'll try to make more because, yeah, LOL. But once again, thanks for watching. Peace out. Take care, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.